Jetson made another one.
Hi, I'm going baby on baby. That nigga a bitch. He think he a gangster, he probably still slanging 380.
Today we're going to be talking about my secret method to getting you guys to bunny hop higher, faster. What's going on, guys? My name is Greyson and I gotta admit, I do this all the time. I recorded this video. I accidentally deleted the first half of me sitting down talking, this part of the video, because yesterday I was out riding and I had to clean up the card. I accidentally deleted this video. So you're gonna see me right here, right now, talk about this. Then halfway through the video when I go outside to do demonstrations, I'm gonna be like dressed different because that was the original video and this is the retake. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, post notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And I just wanna say, this isn't a how-to. My how to bunny hop recently, out of nowhere, got tens of thousands of views, and as the video is dated, the techniques and how to actually bunny hop, that's gonna remain the same for a lifetime. This isn't a how to bunny hop video, this is a how to go higher, like my secret, because I've been in lots of high hops competitions. I've never, ever lost a high hops competition, and hopefully you guys are gonna get the same results that I got from practicing through this method that I taught myself. It's much easier than you think. It's just all about how you think about it. So if this video brings you any value at all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, and hit the link in the description. Go pick up some merch, dropping a fall line soon, and if you want some free merch, go check out last video because we have a giveaway. Anyway, let's get into the video. So first, this isn't a how to bunny hop, but let's talk about what goes into a bunny hop. So I'm not talking about the both tire off the grounds. That's out of the question. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about you pull up the front tire and then you jump. That's what we're talking about, not the two tire thing, the actual whatever. Some people call it a J-hop, some people call it a bunny hop, whatever you want to call it. I just call this a bunny hop. Get off the ground. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So all you really got to do, you can go watch that how-to. It's just, you can watch any how-to really, but we're going to go over it quickly. So you lean forward and compress, you pull up your front end, and then once you've pulled up about to the peak, that's when you jump and then you lean forward, you suck your arms and legs up and just level it out. So pull up and then jump. Don't try to like pull up, jump, or do it all at the same time. Compress, pull up, and then jump. That's a bunny hop. So now we're gonna talk about how you can take that normal formula that everybody knows and go higher, quicker. So you've got to think about it like this. So this is kind of a thing that I realized while learning this. It's basically just like when you were a baby, you slowly transitioned from crawling to walking. So that's how you have to think about it. You're not gonna go from getting this high off the ground to going like this. And a lot of people, what they wanna do is they just learned how to bunny hop and they wanna get, 80 feet off the ground, and that's just not possible. You have to baby step it. Just like when you were a child, you learn the crawl, you slowly transitioned into learning to walk, and then you were running, just like learning to walk as a child, you gotta move in small increments, really take your time, understand the form, slow it down. So instead of trying to do the motion that's brand new to you, the compress, pull, jump, that's brand new to you. So you gotta slow it down, slowly go faster, harder, higher. You gotta take it slow, small incremental steps. That's the biggest part. And my buddy Dylan Ashlock, he learned bar spins, but he learned bar spins off of things. So now he can do a bar spin basically off of anything. What he did was he learned them flat, he did it off a curb. He did it off like maybe a taller curb, maybe down a 2-set, 3-set, 4-set. He went in small increments, got more comfortable, learned how to control himself while in the air and everything that goes into it. It's just like learning to walk. It's the same thing. Move slowly, take your time. And it seems like, oh, I might as well go full send right out of the gate, but you're not going to be comfortable. You're not going to understand the form. I swear it's going to take you longer trying to go full send than if you just spend an afternoon slowly building it up. I guarantee by the end of that day, you're going to be hopping 3, maybe 4 times as high as you started out. So you know that you want to not go from just learning the bunny hop to trying as hard. You want to work in small increments. Now here's the best way to do that. It's very simple, and I've taught lots of people how to get very high hops, and myself, of course, doing this same thing. But the key is to move in small little increments. So you're gonna go from hopping this high, to this high, to this high, to this high, to this high. You're not gonna go from this, to this, to this. So this is a part of the video I don't really remember what I filmed because I deleted half of it. So basically what I'm about to do is I'm gonna go outside and give you an example of how to slowly move up. So here's what I mean. Start by hopping over a crack. Find a crack in the sidewalk, a crack in your driveway. Like my driveway outside, it has a crack in it. Just learn to pull up and get over it. That's the key. Learn to get over that crack. Then lay out something as small as a 2x4, or even more ideally, if you have a hose, literally a hose, like that little teeny tiny snake looking thing, lay that out, get over that. Then go to a 2x4 and slowly build up your height, and then also you can build up your distance. So once you build up your height, you go, I think later in this video I did crack, hose, WD-40, small paint can, and then you just keep working your way up. And also, like I said, you want to learn distance as well. So learning how to get over things, up and over, so then you can start building up like bigger and wider. So like, for example, I jumped over a cooler. So that's not only tall, it's also wide. Then I also, at the beginning of the video, jumped over a lawn chair. That's mostly tall, that's not really as long since it's such a high hop. So you just gotta work your way up, and you can't really measure your progress and really push yourself unless you're actually setting up things to jump over, like the hose. So if you're standing in your driveway and you're slowly getting higher and higher, you're not gonna be able to push yourself, you're not gonna be able to measure it. You wanna measure your progress, know exactly where your limit is and how to push it. So make sure you use physical objects that you're jumping over. It's a huge part of really analyzing your actual hops. Here's something else that I also find very interesting. I don't know why this works. I don't know why it works personally for me, but it does, and I've seen it work for everybody who's I've pushed to try to go higher over an object, whether just hopping it or doing a trick. So for example, that lawn chair clip, if you didn't see it, if for whatever reason I didn't plug it in at the beginning, you're gonna see it right now and you'll see it at the end. Okay, so if you told me to hop as high as I could, just flat, not over anything, I would not get that high. But since you're placing that in front of me, I can eye it up, I know how to get over it. It's like something weird happens when you're actually jumping over it. So usually what I see is people, they see a high object, they see a cone, and they'll ride up next to it and they'll jump as high as they can, and they're like, oh, can I get over it? And like they're barely getting over it, like they're not really lined up with it. And it just doesn't seem like they're gonna make it. But for whatever reason, whenever they actually go up to it, I don't know if it's the adrenaline, I don't know if it's eyeing it up and just measuring it, your brain, I don't know what goes on. But trust me, when you roll up to something, you're gonna get a little extra hop and you're probably gonna get over it. So as long as you work up in incremental steps, just, you know, small, work your way up, you're gonna be surprised at how fast you're going to improve. Just make sure you use physical objects so you know how high you're going, and don't be afraid to push your limits. If you roll up next to something and you don't think you're getting over it, just try to send it. So, you know, put it in the grass or something, because chances are once you get going, the adrenaline kicks in, you eye it up, you're gonna actually get over it. And that's just kind of how it goes for me, at least. Anyway, let's wrap up the end of the video outside. Alright guys, so real quick, I'm going to let you guys in on a little kind of secret that is on my channel. So what I actually have, it's the only one in existence, is a BMX course. It is a complete beginner's guide to BMX. So if you're watching this video and you're trying to learn how to bunny hop, chances are that you're a beginner, or maybe you're not happy with your growth, you're looking to expand your knowledge. Well, you can click the link in my description, go download the course. It has helped so many people just completely expand their growth super quickly. That's what it is designed to do, is to teach you guys everything you need to know about BMX. So that way you don't have to spend years struggling and spending a bunch of money and not going anywhere like I did. Take my personal experience, the things I did right, the things I did wrong, in a video course. I really wish I had something like this when I started riding, because it would have put me ahead years in the game. I would have rode my bike one day with my friends, went home, watched this course. The next day they'd have been like, whoa, where's this coming from? So click the link in the description, go check that out. And the secret, the kind of secret sauce, if you will, when it comes to bunny hops, is just to treat it like you're walking. That's how you got to think of BMX sometimes. So I know it sounds kind of weird, but there's a lot of things. I really dive deep on this channel about how to ride your bike, kind of thinking outside the box. So this is another one of those things. Think of it as like you're learning to walk, like I explained while we were inside. Gradually work your way up, because you're not going to go from barely learning the motion to just jumping over skyscrapers in a matter of seconds. Just like when you were a kid, you're not going to go from crawling to sprinting a 100-yard dash. It's just not how it works, and it's the exact same thing with BMX. So first of all, get that mentally into your head that it's not an overnight thing, but it can be if you learn properly. So now I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by working your way up slightly more and more. If you guys are liking what you're seeing so far, it would be a huge favor to me if you would hit that subscribe and like button. Anyway, the first step to do is, like I said, get off the ground just this much. And then once you're there, you're ready to start this process. So here's what the first is going to look like. So that's step number one, just get off the ground. In all honesty, you may not even be that high yet, and that's perfectly okay. That's actually ideal, because that means you're gonna get the most out of this. So actually, the worse you are at bunny hopping, the more you're gonna improve. So think of it like that. Anyway, step number two is, this is exactly what I did when I started learning. I literally just put out the hose. Yeah, like that, the hose. After you've gone off the ground a little bit, just go over something. And if you're not even wanting to do the hose, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing a bunny hop over a crack in the concrete. Just get over something, because before you can really go over something, you need to learn the concept of clearing it. But that's very quick to learn, so just bunny hop a crack. Once you're done there, you're ready for the hose or whatever. It could be a 2x4, absolutely anything. It's literally that high. And now we simply begin the process of just working your way up, but gradually, and that's the key. The more gradual you go, the more muscle memory you're going to develop, the more comfortable you're going to be, because if you go from a hose to trying to jump a cooler, you're just gonna hurt yourself, get thrown off, and then you're gonna be starting from square one. So, gradual. Just like learning to walk. Keep that in mind. Nothing wrong with going slow. That's how you learn in depth.